back again with another word of encouragement for you, my brothers and sisters. This morning, first of all, again, I want to say good morning, and just say that I'm grateful, I'm thankful, I'm glad to be alive. I trust God in everything. And one of the things that I want to say to you today, to always and continuously trust God. Trust God in every situation. Trust Him. And what does that mean? That means to not lean to your own understanding. That means to, in every situation, fight for faith, fight to believe, and fight to trust. It's easy not to believe. It's easy to doubt, because when you turn your TV, that's all you're hearing, negativity. You're hearing doubtful stuff and stuff like that. So it's easy to that. And but faith, this is what faith is. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and evidence of things not seen. So in other words, faith, actually, it comes from God. Faith, you can't see it. You can't see it naturally. But faith is substance. It's substance what you hope for. It's substance. It's tangible. It's a tangible promise. Faith, your faith, the faith that God gives, is a tangible promise. See, because the Bible said God gives every man a measure of faith. And that faith is a talent. And see, it takes faith to get you to see and get you to believe and get you to have the atmosphere right to receive your miracle. See, because faith also is an atmosphere. Faith is an atmosphere. Faith is an attitude. Faith is a behavior, a learning behavior. The Bible says faith comes by hearing. And that hearing over and over again, learn behavior. And the more you hear, the more you hear about the Word of God, that's why faith comes. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the Word of God. And so faith is a thing that comes through words. Just like I talked about before about words. You must and we must be careful of words. Even Jesus told the disciples to take heed. So in other words, pay attention to the seeds that are coming out of anybody else's mouth. Be careful of the seeds or the words that you hear. And so that's what Jesus said. And so another thing I want to say before I get to this prophetic word, of the aftershock, another thing, never, say for example, you might be feeling a certain way. And then somebody out the blue, no matter who it is, try to identify and tell you got something. Say for example, your chest. You might be having a little chest pains. And then this is just an example, someone said, oh, you might be having a heart attack. No, I rebuke that. Just because things are not wrong, things are not right, and things are wrong, that doesn't mean that you're gonna die. That doesn't mean that you're at death's door. No, I don't mean that. And so be careful. Don't let people shape. Don't let people shape who you are. Don't let people shape and curse you or give you things. Guard your words. The Bible says there's life and death in your tongue, in your mouth. And those that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. And so what people talk about, what comes out of a person's mouth, that's what's in their heart. That's what's in their mouth. If a person's always talking about something negative, they always talk about something bad, always talk about something that's not good, then that's in their mouth. You're always talking about destruction. You're always talking about divorce. You always talk about bad stuff. You always talk about talking about other people and saying finding fault in everybody else. You find a fault in everybody else, and you ain't looking at yourself. There's a problem. There is a problem. There's a problem. And see, the thing about it, when you're pointing your fingers, the thing about it, there's always gonna be a finger pointing back at you. Always. And so don't let no one shape your mouth. Don't let no one shape your mouth that God didn't appoint to help you, like your mother, your father, your spiritual father, your spiritual mother, whoever it is. But don't let nobody just shape you with negativity. Don't let people tell you, oh, my mama went through this, and oh, my mama, they went through this, and my dad, they had diabetes and blood pressure, and that, I mean, I'm going to get it too. It's in the family line. The devil's a liar. The devil is a liar. Even the Bible says that this proverb stops here. No more will the children eat sour grapes, a father eat sour grapes while the children's teeth set on edge. No more for this proverb The Bible said, the soul that sinneth shall die. So in other words, what that simply means is that it's an individual thing. It's an individual thing. In other words, mind your business and stay in your lane. And so don't let people brainwash you. Don't let people try to tell you stuff ain't true. Don't let people, even one of the things that you have to be careful of as dreamers, you have to be careful is don't let people tell you what your dream is. Especially if God gave you the dream, stop asking everybody else to interpret your dream. If God gave you a dream, then don't you think that God can give you the revelation or the understanding of it? And see what happens a lot of times when, as people, you allow someone from the outside to come into your inside dream, then what happens, oftentimes your dream becomes diverted, perverted, and altered. And we know the enemy, the adversary, deals with diversion, distraction. To do something, to say something, to get you to go away or run away from the very thing that God called you for you to embrace or to have. So enough of that. Now the prophetic word. The prophetic word is aftershock. Aftershock. And we know what the aftershock is. Aftershock is when there's an earthquake. Aftershock is when there's an earthquake, but then after that earthquake, there's going to come another one. And some of you, Lord showed it to me. Some of you're in that place where you're afraid of the aftershock. And now this is the word of knowledge, word of wisdom and prophecy. Some of you, you're afraid of the aftershock. You're afraid of the repercussions. There's something that's taking place. There's something that's going to happen, transpire, an agreement, disagreement. But whatever it is, the aftershock of it, you're afraid of what's coming. You're afraid of what's coming. And so, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you something that happened to me, an injury. I know I told you the other day how I injured myself. And I injured myself, and I did something unwise. I did something I wasn't thinking about. I was overthinking, but I wasn't thinking logically. And so basically what I did, I was upset. I was angry, right? I was upset and I was angry. And see, now, follow me. God was speaking to me, to his people, even through this. And a lot of times what God does with prophets, we'll go through certain things, and what he'll do, he'll speak to us through our life. Case in point, Hosea in the Bible. Hosea, Gomer, Israel, God and Israel. Israel was playing the harlot with God, where the people of God would serve God, but then would go after strange gods, strange lovers. And so basically what Israel was doing was playing with God's emotions. The people of God, Israel, was playing with God's heart. Yes, there was. And so, because he's been through all kinds of changes. God said, one time God told Israel, I'm going to put something on you that even your lovers ain't going to want you. Ain't going to want you at all. And so even, as a matter of fact, God even told Israel one time, I'll divorce you. I'm writing you a bill of divorce. Don't want you no more. And so it's been a love affair. It's a love affair. Relationship with God and man, it's a love affair. It's a love affair. It's a love affair. And in a love affair, you make mistakes. In a love affair, you ain't perfect. Ain't perfect. Love affair. But you learn each other. It's a love affair. And so the story, in this story, it's the love affair between God and man. The love affair between God and man. The love affair between God and man. And so God loves us so much. God loves us so much that he overlooks so much. Matter of fact, God said he loves us so much that our sins, he said that he'll put them in the sea of forgetfulness. So in other words, God loves us so much that he will take the mistakes, he will take the things that we've done, and he will put them away and forget them. Forget them. That's why the Bible said we're saved by grace, through faith. That not of ourselves, but it's the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. So in other words, we're saved by gift. God loved us so much, and you know what? It's something that we didn't even deserve at all. But let me get back to this love affair. And the love affair, and I'm going to explain the dream. I'm going to explain what happened to me, not the dream, but what happened to me. Now, and then we'll get back to Israel. But Israel played the lover. She played the harlot. But we'll get up to the story now. In my body, I was upset and I was angry. And so what I did, and oftentimes what I do when I'm running or when I'm upset or when I want to work out, when I got all stuff on my mind, I walk. Inside of me, I walk and God speaks to me. But also the walking relaxes me. The walking causes me to be able to calm down, be able to think, be able to process things. And so those are the things that I do when I walk. And some of you, God is saying that when you're in situations, there's certain situations you need to just walk. Your deliverance, your healing is in your walking. It's in your walking. Jesus walked everywhere. Matter of fact, he walked the water. But there's a deliverance. You know what I'm saying? In walking. But as I was explaining, as I was walking, the walking started feeling good. And so I was thinking, I started feeling good in my mind. So my mind started even turning even more. And as my mind started turning, my walking faster. And then I start feeling good. Now bear in mind, I forgot so much. I didn't stretch. Now I'm 53 years old. I didn't stretch. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't no protocol. Now I got all this power, but athletic, some sports, high jumping, running. But I'm a little older. Hadn't really ran much in a while and stretching. So all of a sudden now I'm going to try it a little bit because I'm in my feelings and I'm thinking. But at the same time in my feelings, I'm feeling better. And so I start feeling better, so I started running. Man, start feeling better, start feeling proud. Then all of a sudden, something happened to my leg. Stop right in my track. I stopped right in my track when that thing hit my leg. And because first thing I thought about was Kobe. Then I thought about Achilles. So it might be the Achilles. And so I let up off of it. That old football, that old basketball training kicked in when I know what to do, right? Try to know what to do anyway. And so I got all that. Didn't put no pressure on, put nothing on it. And so to make a long story short, yeah, I had a little injury. And I made a mistake. And I should have thought it through. I shouldn't allow my emotions to control my actions. So because I allowed my emotions to control my actions without thinking, I got injured. Now, if I would have stretched first, and if I would have did all the proper things that I should have done first, then if I would have been doing the walking and doing all that, then I would have been okay. But because I forgot to do what I'm supposed to do, so now I'm injured and I can't run like I want to. And so this is the word that I want to speak to many of you, is that you got hurt, you got injured. Stop in your track. You got stopped in your track. And you're hurting. You're in pain, going through all kind of emotions in your mind. But I'm going to explain something to you. At this place. I'm going to explain to you about my injury. Now, with this injury, when I went to the masseuse to get a massage, what happened is that when the masseuse touched the area that it was hurting, it was very painful. Know that when they touched the area that was hurting, good morning, how y'all doing? Good. It was painful. But what happened, after the pain subsided from the massage, then there was like a tingling sensation. And with this tingling sensation, what it was healing my leg. And I will be honest, I don't feel no more pain. I do not feel no more pain. And I'll tell you what I did. I did put on I got me some compression socks, some black compression socks. And what that does also with the pressure, it helps press and it helps keep the blood flow. And so, my message and the direct word that God is saying is this right here. In that area where you're painful, and it seems like God is talking to you. And it's like God is touching that situation, touching that area. It seems like that area of pain, it seems like it's being touched. You know how it is when you got a pain or you got a sore and someone touch it, and it's just like the pain it's like it just opens up. And so some of you, it feels like that pain from being touched, but the massage, it feels like the pain is opening up. And in the pain opening up, it feels like, when pain really comes, it's like a surge goes through your body and you just freezes because it hurts until that pain subsides. And so there's been you at a place where it hurts until that pain subsides. And so what's happening now, that pain that you felt from the massage that God was working on, that situation God was allowing, and that potter's wheel where God will put you on the fire, and how the potter saw that clay and broke it and put it back in the fire and rebuild it. All that pain, all that hurt at this stage is the massage. It's the massage. And so what's happening now, there's coming the tingling sensation. What's happening now, there's coming the relief, there's coming the healing. There's like, when after the massage, it's like a wall of protection came around that area that was hurt. And it felt like all the blood flowed in that area. All the blood. And so that's what God is doing. God is sending the blood in that area where that pain was at, and the healing is taking place. The reason why, too, with God working on it, God is sending blood. That blood is healing. Also, that blood is causing your bones to become even stronger in situations, in predicaments when you're standing, because the Bible tells us, in having done all to stand up for. Just like with a person who, a son who's paralyzed, but when you get them a stander, and they just stand in it, legs weak. But what happens, the more you stand in it, it locks you in. The more you stand, it builds muscles and it builds your bones. And so the more you stand in this stander, the more everything is getting stronger. The more your muscles getting stronger, the blood is flowing more. Everything is flowing. Sometimes you might get some itchy sensation, and your skin might get red or whatever. But that just means that the blood is flowing. That doesn't mean that it's working. And so you might see some signs and symptoms of certain things, and that's just the side effect. The side effect of the medicine, the antidote of what God is doing is working. And so what you do with those emotions, just when those emotions flare up, notice them and just say, God, I trust you. When those feelings and when you want to give up, just when the pain, the surge just hit, just say, God, I trust you. God, I believe you. God, I trust you. And this is the message for this morning. A little lengthy, but I wanted to highlight and just want to talk to and just let's do the aftershock. And the aftershock is, if I can tie it up, the aftershock, just like with the hurricane, the after hurricane. And so what's happening is that the aftershock, in a sense, is that the aftershock is the healing. The aftershock is God recovering, and see, because it's another feeling, it's another surge, it's another sensation. And so what's happening is that whatever the enemy tried to do to hurt you, whatever they tried to do to bring fear, to destroy you, in reverse, God did the total opposite. And what the enemy tried to do, and what the enemy meant for evil, God flipped it. And it turned around for good. The aftershock. God bless you. Have a good day.